Well, hello everyone. I am back with this beautiful purple paper in front of me, and then I am layering it with this swirly gold purple um, paper also. And so I'm doing this little beauty case gift set, and I'm starting out with a sheet of paper that's 8.5 by 4.5. And this is that Martha Stewart paper that I can't get enough of. And then I just cut it. I don't even have the measurements because you can see it's just a smidge. So maybe just a couple of markings less than the 8.5 by 4.5. And I'm doing that so I can have that layering piece on top. And this one is 11 7/8 by 11 7/8. And also I'm just cutting just a little bit off of that, a little bit shorter, so I can have that layering piece. So I started off with the 11 7/8 by 11 7/8, and I'm going to score at 5 and then 6 7/8. So 5 inches, and then 6 7/8. Okay, so once I have that 5 and 6 7/8, that's going to be my middle. Then I'm going to turn it around, and then I'm going to score 3 inches on each side. So what I did is just score 3 inches, and then I just turned it around and did 3 inches on the other side. So I've got my 3 inches, and then I just made sure that my score line was in there good. As you can see, I have the 2 in the middle, and then I have those outside 3-inch lines. So then I decided to get smart, and I just took my washi tape, and I'm just going to tape up the sides. And from now on, when I finished the craft, I just went on and did them both at one time, so it wouldn't be so hard to try to duplicate that scoring. So I went on and scored that off camera, and then now I'm just folding the lines that I just scored. So I've got those 2 in the middle, and I'm just pressing down real good. This is some nice thick paper. And then I'm always crafting at night, so it's hard to see. I've got those 3-inch score lines on the side, and so I'm just gathering those up and using my bone folder to score those down really good. And once again, you can see the shape of the case coming together. Then folding again, and once more, and now you can see that that is how it all comes together as one. Okay, so now that I've gotten that, I need to fold down my corners, and so all I did was just take the paper and just folded it over as far to the edge as I could. Then once I got that point, then I just took and folded down and got that nice hard fold once I got it even with the edge. And as you can see here, I get the end of it done first, and then I fold it over. So then I just took the trimmer and then just lined it up, and just cut off that excess so I can get that triangular shape. And then I'm going to do that to all of these sides. And then I'm just going to show you that if you need to change your blade, or if you have some really thick paper, all you need to do is just use a little file, nail file, and it'll get that excess off. So don't even worry about that. And that's what I had to end up doing here. So once I was done with all 4 sides, I went on and did the same thing to the inner paper I was using. I did the exact same thing, and then I ended up just cutting off the triangular shapes. And then once I got that cut off, then I needed to cut off the inside. And then you might need to do some little trimming there because you are creating this a little bit smaller. So if a little trimming is needed, but the ideal is just to give that layering effect. So I'm putting the 2 pieces that are going to go on each side of the inner little triangular pocket there. So I glued down one side and then the other, and as you can see, that peeks out. And then I have those triangulars, and then I'm just gonna glue those on. But first I just glued down my middle. And now I am going on to the middle box. This is that 8.5 by 4.5 sheet of paper, and then like I said, this time I went on and did it with both of them. So I'm going to score at 1 and then 1 3/8 on all 4 sides. So 1 and then 1 3/8 on the long side and then the short side, and then I just kept turning all 4 sides. Then I'm going to cut that last box out and then the line in, cut one line up before it, like so. And then I did that on all 4 sides. And I will leave a link to the inspiration for this, so you can see the diagram, so I won't mess you up. It is in German, but it will give you the map of what I did. So next, all I needed was that inner piece from that layering part in the middle, that 8.5 by 4.5. All I needed was, on the printed paper, was that middle part, and then I just cut that down with my trimmer. All I'm doing was using that for a guide. Okay, so once I got that ready, then I have some circle dies. As you can see, I have a die there on my trimmer, but I did use the bigger Jergens bottles, and if I would have just got some smaller bottles, I would have been able to just use a die cut or a 1-inch punch or something, but nothing was working out, so I ended up just cutting the circles and then using a die cut for the circle round it, so you really couldn't see my opening. But now I'm just putting the box shape together, and it's going to give you that layering effect. And then once I was done with that, I just taped it down. Like I said, I do recommend using smaller lotion bottles. And then my circles came off-centered, but like I said, it did that because I was using those bigger Jergen bottles. I recommend using smaller ones, and then you can just lay dies on there and cut them out evenly. But I ended up just wiggling them in there. And now I am ready for my pedicure set. I picked that up at the Dollar Tree, and then I just put those on the side. And then I also have the spa mask, and I ended up putting that on the other side with the bottles of lotion. And then I cut out another sheet of paper to layer on the front. And glued that down. And after I did that, I found I'm trying to figure out what I'm working on right now. Excuse me. I found a cutout from the LOL paper, and I thought that looked cute. And then I used some of that gold washi as if it was kind of glued on there. I liked it that, or taped on there effect, something different. So then I just die cut out these gold banners and then used a punch. I used the punch toward the left because I wanted to tie a ribbon on the right side and I didn't want it to pull through. So I wanted a nice little bulk on that side. So I put the punch towards the left. And so I'm just going to tie a nice bow on here, and this is all packaged and ready to go. I think this is a cute little spa gift set. So give me a thumbs up if you like this craft, and see you later, Craftinistas.